Hello everyone and welcome to Isekai World. Today I want to talk about something really different than I have ever talked about in this channel. Actually there are only two series that I have totally focused on, but this is going to be the another series that I would like to present in front of you guys. And unlike my previous series, this is going to be a lot different. Okay, so this is still a Naruto series, and this is where what if Naruto had a desire to grow stronger rather than recognition. Okay, he is not going for recognition. He does not want other to just recognize him and accept him. Instead, his goal is to get stronger, and that is the main point of this video. So unlike my other videos, in this video there will be a lot of training sections where we would talk about his training and how he grows stronger over the years of his life. So let's get started from the beginning, as we always do, and this beginning starts from age of 3. Yes, we are going to skip everything that happened before this because everything is going to be the same way it should have been, and the only difference starts when he moves out of the Konoha orphanage and starts living on his own. Now that he's on his own, he feels that he does not fit well with others. Everyone hates him, everyone despises him, everyone wants to kill him. And although he is protected by some people, he is still disgusted by their behavior, and he wants them to feel the way he is feeling right now. But he knows that he does not have the strength to do so, and so what he does is that he starts training. He saw a man wearing green cloth running around the Konoha village, and he starts doing the same thing. He believes that just by training and going around the village he would be able to get stronger, and with that belief he puts down the idea of getting recognition from others and starts training his body. While he was training, he still gets those stares, so he decides to train further away from these people, which is going into the Konoha forest, and he starts training there. He finds that he does not know how to exactly train his body, so all he does is that running and climbing trees and moving around, lifting boulders, all of this training. But one day he encounters the man that he had seen a long time ago. This man was also training in the forest. Because he generally started training in the forest, he did not see that man anymore, so he did not know what kind of training this man does. But now that he got the opportunity, he immediately grabs it. He just stares down at the training that might guy follows. This man starts kicking the forest trees like crazy. He starts punching them, he starts doing push-ups, he starts doing sit-ups, and every little exercise that could make him stronger, he starts doing all of them. And Naruto starts recording all of these in his mind. He is just 3 years old, so there would be a lot of exercise that he would not be able to remember, but he still remembers a lot of them. And from the next day he starts doing them all the time, like literally all the time. But one day he suddenly falls unconscious and he could not even move his body due to that. And as soon as that happened, Ambu appears and takes him back to his apartment, where they starts giving him some supplements to help him get enough nutrient to wake up. So after that, Naruto simply wakes up the next day and he finds Lord Hokage Hiruzen coming to his house and talking about his training. He had met this kid before, but Naruto was so focused on training that he did not get a lot of opportunities to talk to Naruto and impart his will of fire into Naruto. Now is that opportunity for him. So he sits down and he starts talking about will of fire and how Konoha is developing to Naruto, and he starts imparting the will of fire into Naruto. But Naruto, although listening and accepting will of fire, he did not care much about it. All things considered, he only wants training and he wants to get stronger as quickly as possible. So after everything happens, everything about will of fire finishes, Naruto asks Hiruzen to help him reach the allowance that he usually gets. It is rather hard for Hiruzen as well, since the Council of Civilians won't simply give him a lot of money, since he is a demon fox, and Hiruzen would not also take out money from his pocket and give it to Naruto. So he cannot simply say yes, but he also does not say no. He says that you should not train so hard, otherwise your body would not be able to handle it, and you will grow shorter and weaker day after day. So he talks about training less and focusing more on making friends with the people around the village. But Naruto was not buying it. He did not care about old man's will of fire at all. And the moment he heard that he won't be getting any more raise in his allowance, he simply forgets about will of fire sit, and he just goes back to his normal life. He starts training. The only difference is that since he was not getting allowance from Hiruzen, he starts hunting animals in the forest, and fishing fishes out of water and cooking them, obviously, and eating these fishes and animals. He starts doing things that would be more outdoor, like from cooking to training to sometimes even sleeping. He almost spends most of his time in the forest, which makes him quite far away from the village. And at this moment, Hiruzen and Danjo and other two elders were also having the discussion about Naruto. Hiruzen did not want to give Naruto to Danjo, but this time Danjo had a proper plan. He does not want weapon of Konoha to be separated from Konoha, and from the way that Naruto is currently living, it gives Hiruzen quite a shock as well, because this is not what he thought before. And so he decides to wait a little bit more, and after planning for a little while, he once again decides to visit Naruto. And this time he brings up a topic about money. He decides to increase Naruto's allowance, but at the same time he asks Naruto to promise him that he would go and make more friends around the Konoha, so that he will be able to play with them. He did not want Naruto to be alone all the time, and his parents would also want him to make more friends. These are the things that Hiruzen tells him, and Naruto, although did not wanting to do that, was quite attached to money, since it would help him get a lot of training equipments, and also a lot of food, proper vegetables, and also he did not mind making friends. Yeah, he did want to get stronger, but he did not mind making friends. So he decided to accept Hiruzen's offer, and after getting double, let's just make it triple raise in his allowance, he starts spending more time in Konoha as well. He goes around the village, even though they were disgusted to him. He does not force them to do anything to him. He simply ignores them and tries to make friends of his age. As he moves around, he notices that most of the people won't try to make friends with him, but there was a kid, like one kid, who was not neither afraid of him nor excited to see him. Instead, his reaction was just plain old sigh, and he did like making friends with this guy because he seems quite smart for his age. So after the introduction, Naruto learns that this man was called Shikamaru, and he was from Nara clan, and he was also a good boy, like good friend that he could make. After sharing about their likes and dislikes and what are their dreams and goals, they part ways, but they still remember each other as friends. And Shikamaru also says that he will introduce a new friend to him. So they decided to go home and meet tomorrow once again. But after going home, Naruto simply does not starts playing or anything. He starts doing indoor trainings, and after doing a lot of push-ups, he starts cooking some food. And he, after eating it, he finally sits down and took out a diary. This was something that he had been making for quite a while. This records all of his training that he has done. This kind of behavior was not just to make a diary for him to remember his training. No, in fact, it was to record his training so that he can take out the exercises that does not need to be considered doing in the future, and increase the portion of exercises that are more important for him. So after taking out this diary, he checks all of everything on that diary and every exercise that he has done in past month. And after learning about it, he decides to finally make a proper exercise schedule and follow that from now on. And that's with that plan, he starts doing training. He starts making quite a bit of friend, like not a lot, but Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba, and even Ino. These four people get quite close to Naruto since he's not as annoying as in original timeline, and also he's quite good with his looks and also training, which inspires these people, these children as well. So after they hit up quite well, Naruto's life began to simply go on like there was nothing more to discuss, since Naruto was making bonds with the people of Konoha even though they were small in number. Hirogen had enough reasons to stop Danjo from making any move against Naruto, and this led to Naruto being quite free and also allowing him to be more attached to Konoha, at least from the perspective of Hirogen, because Naruto still had no attachment to Konoha. He only had some attachment to his friends and training. That's it. So 2 years, for next 2 years, he just kept training and training, making friends, talking with friends, and doing all of this stuff for a while. And just after 2 years, he finally joins academy, Ninja Academy, where he has a new friend now, like including those four from before. He has a new friend that he made during a winter night when he found a girl being bullied by few of other children. He easily defeated them, and after that they started talking to each other and they made quite a good friends. But he always feels like that the girl does not seem to like him. She always passes out whenever he is nearby her, and this behavior is quite hard to understand for him. Even though that doesn't matter though, because his mind is only on training. So after the first day in ninja academy, he starts learning about everything like chakra and how to mold chakra and history of Konoha. Though he did not care about history of Konoha, the only thing that he cared about is chakra and how to mold chakra. Chakra is the combination of physical energy and spiritual energy. By training for 2 years continuously, he managed to acquire a lot of physical energy, and because his soul was already strong thanks to the blessing of Asura, he had a lot of spiritual energy as well. So when he starts merging them, when he starts extracting them and merging them, the amount of chakra that he could extract was astonishing. Like, it was such a high level that he could feel chakra flowing out of him, and even Anbu, that was looking after him, could not help but feel amazed by the amount of chakra that Naruto could release at once. That being said, he notices a strange thing that is happening in his body. He could feel that a lot of chakra inside his body was pouring into his stomach, where it completely disappears for a like it completely disappears. He could not extract it anymore, and this made him confused for a while. He did not understand what was going on in his stomach, and he decides to ask Hiruzen when Hiruzen actually visits him, because he did not have any plans to go to Hokage's office and ask about his simple thing. At least that is what he considers. And after that, after extracting his chakra, he trains for quite a while, and everything continues to go in a same route. He goes to academy, he trains, he cooks well, and he does not care about the people around him. Except for that, nothing else changes. But there is one thing that does change. Naruto starts training ninjutsu as well. So he's not just doing physical training now, because he could extract chakra and he starts learning other ninjutsu. He was practicing them as well. The three ninjutsu that he could access from the academy were transformation jutsu, substitution jutsu, and clone jutsu. These three jutsu were quite important for a ninja, but for some reason he could not actually use them. Whenever he uses them, his chakra simply bursts out like an explosion, and he could not even create a clone. So after realizing that his control over his own chakra was so poor, he starts training. He does not know what kind of training he should be doing, but he knows that he needs to control his chakra. So first thing that he does is that he covers his entire palm with chakra, and he starts striking the tree with his palm. So what his goal is that he is going to use his chakra to strike the tree. Like, without using his physical force, he is going to create a powerful blow on the tree. That is only possible if he could control his chakra. And so for that, he starts training his own method of chakra control. And day by day, first of all, he wasn't physically stronger, so he had to control his physical strength, which took him a long time. And after day, he finally began to mold chakra around his palm, and a right amount as well. This amount was enough to create a powerful impact without his palm touching the tree. So after he manages to do that, he realizes that it has been over 3 months. He had been practicing same trick for a 3 month, and he does not even know how far other students have gone. So he was quite frightened by the fact that he was getting stronger, but at a slow pace. So decided to redouble his training. Like literally he starts focusing on his training even more. And after that, when the first academy competition starts, he faces against one of the top contestant in this competition, which was none other than Sasuke Uchiha. And this guy could use all three jutsus simultaneously without any effort, and this made Naruto realize just how far he was from Sasuke in terms of talent, because just to control his chakra he needed over 3 months of training, continuous training. So he decided to use all of his strength in case he gets beaten down by his enemy. And it is quite bad for Sasuke. The moment competition starts, Naruto burst out his speed and punches Sasuke right into his chest so violently that Sasuke simply smashes the ground 3 meters away and loses his consciousness while coughing out his blood from his mouth. And when Sasuke gets knocked out of the ring, Naruto stands there dumbfounded. He looks at Sasuke and shouts, "Hey, what are you doing there? Why didn't you react to my punch? You are supposed to be the strongest, right? Why are you so weak?" Fortunately, Sasuke was unconscious, so he could not hear Naruto's words, but Iruka could, and he still had not let go of his hatred for Ninetales, so he still hated Naruto. And seeing that how violent Naruto could get, he could not help but scold Naruto over the fact that he was injuring his teammate so critically. But Naruto simply replies that it took me 3 months to master those jutsu, just those three jutsu that you taught me, and he did it in the first day of. I thought he would be powerful since he could master such powerful jutsu in just a one day. I did not expect him to be so weak. It's not my fault that he could not react to my attack. And when Iruka heard Naruto's complaint, he could not bring himself to complain anymore, because Naruto was making sense at this moment. Sasuke did learn all three ninjutsu in a single day, while Naruto took 3 months to master these ninjutsu. But what he did not know was that Naruto was training his taijutsu for 3 years, while Sasuke was simply living his chilled life with his brother. And this was the reason why Sasuke lost so badly. Iruka did not complain Naruto anymore, and he quickly took Sasuke to the hospital, while Shikamaru and other surrounded Naruto, praising him for his strength. Guys, it's not big of a deal. I really did not think he would be that weak. Hearing his words, all of his friends roll their eyes. They all still know about his training regime, and they knew that how hard he trained. So it was not a surprise for them that he was able to defeat Sasuke. It's just that they also did not react like how Sasuke could not react to Naruto's speed, and they complained to him that he was training too hard and he should slow down a bit, because he was far more superior in strength than that of academic students. And Naruto did not understand it, why he should stop training, slow down his training, but he still did not want it to get left behind by his friends. So he simply slammed his fist in his palm and said, "Why don't you guys train with me then? After all, if you guys start training with me, you will definitely be able to keep up with me. How about it? So let's start training from tomorrow." Everyone was reluctant to it except Hinata. She still wanted to spend more time with Naruto, and this was a good opportunity, so she immediately agreed. But just looking at how excited she seemed, she once again thought that she made a fool of herself and passed out in front of Naruto, while Naruto was left scratching his head in confusion. Although Inosuke were not that excited for training, they also did not wanted to get left behind by Naruto, so they decided to agree and train with him for few years. It's just that they did not know how hard his training is going to be, but even so they still followed him into training from the next day. And just by looking at the way he trained, everyone was shocked and even repulsive toward such kind of training. Even Kiba, who always wanted to compete with Naruto, was a bit repulsive toward this kind of training, but Naruto is still convinced them to join with in his training, and they did get convinced to certain extent, and they started training every single day from that day forward. And because of this, their bond only grew stronger, and this also attracted a lot of higher ups attention. Of course, they did not care much about it, since Naruto was simply building bonds in their eyes. But what they did not know is that Naruto was hiding a lot of power after that day. He did not start showing all of his power. Instead, what he showed was only 10% of his power in every single competition. He never showed his full power. So as time progressed, he mastered all three jutsus. He also trained really hard, and his taijutsu reached the level of Might Guy in less than 6 years. Next 6 years. So of course, in these 6 years, he didn't just practice his taijutsu, he also trained his ninjutsu. And something surprising about this is that Naruto did not get any ninjutsu from Hokage's office. Instead, what he did was take Sasuke under his training regime and starts getting benefit from Sasuke, since Sasuke also wanted to grow stronger, and he also had a lot of ninjutsu as the inheritance of Uchiha clan. He did give a lot of benefits to Naruto as ninjutsu, and some of the ninjutsu were most of them were fire type, but the relative ninjutsu that Naruto wanted were great fireball jutsu, dragon fire art jutsu, shadow clone jutsu, and obviously wind breakthrough jutsu. And after getting these four jutsu, he started practicing them to their utmost level with his immense chakra and also his powerful chakra control. He was able to pull his great fireball to the level of Madara Uchiha in 4th grade ninja war. Yes, he was able to summon more than 10 fireballs. At its full power, he could almost obliterate nearly 5 or 6 Jonin level at once with a single attack. That kind of power he had gained in these 6 years. Of course, this training also came up with a lot of consumption, and for that he had to rely on his friends as well, and this deepened the bond between him and his friends. He was still an orphan, and he did not get a lot of raise in his allowance in the future, so he had to ask help from his friends. Thankfully, Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino were quite helpful, and Hinata was mostly helpful because she would often, if not bring bento box every single day to Naruto. And these bento box were not small. If you mind, they were almost the size of a person, like literally. She not only ate a lot of food, she also prepared a lot of lot for Naruto, and through all that he was getting quite a lot of nutrient and also getting stronger at a rapid rate. Of course, what he showed was just 10% of his strength, at least in front of other, and the only person who knew this were Hinata and Shikamaru, because these two people knew. One of them, Naruto, directly he shared about his strength, and one of them find out through his own intellect. Of course, as smart as he was, he didn't knew that Naruto was trying to conceal his power level so that he would not get into any kind of trouble. So even Shikamaru did not share this to anyone else and kept it in his heart, because he knew Naruto was not a kind of person who would let his friends be in danger and watch without doing anything. He would definitely step up, but he also knew that he would not step up for those who did not care about him. And even if these villagers were simply innocent and they should not be punished, Naruto was not going to punish them. He just would not care about them, that's all. And for Shikamaru, who had seen just how much trouble Naruto has gone through just to live his life, he fully supported Naruto in this, and this only made their bond stronger and stronger. In this series, I'm not going to make the bond between Sasuke and Naruto. No, that should not be the case, because Naruto and Sasuke were not even supposed to be that close. They were only, maybe in fact, they were supposed to be enemies instead of that close friends. But the plot of Naruto meant to move it that way. Anyway, excluding that fact, everything happened the way it should have been. Nothing changed except for their power level. And as they grew at the age of 12, they finally go for a graduation exam, and it was simple as washing his hand. He literally made near over 10 clones with his clone jutsu, and this was enough to shock everyone. After that, though, something surprising happened. Mizuki approached him and told him about his experience, and he also told Naruto that if he wanted to learn more about his background, he should definitely find a seal book that is kept inside Hokage's office and read it properly, so that he would be able to find the clue about his parents and his life, why everyone hates him. So after giving him these questions and an idea to steal the seal book, Mizuki left. Although Naruto felt like Mizuki was using him to get the seal book, he still got curious about his own parents and his own background. So he decided to steal the seal book. He did not care much about Konoha's offense, because he knew that he could easily defeat even Jonin level characters with his power. So he quickly arrived in the Hokage's office at night, and before even Hiruzen could react, he simply stole the sealed book, and after stealing it, he went to the forest with a confused face, because when he went to get the sealed book, he did not find or sensed any ambu nearby. So he couldn't help but get confused, because this seal book was one of the most important uh, part of the Konoha, and it should not be left unguarded, especially by Hokage. So he did not understand Hiruzen's motivation for quite a while, but he still opened the seal book and he started reading it. And surprisingly, the first thing that came out of seal book was a ninjutsu known as multi shadow clone jutsu. and reading more about it, he found that this jutsu was quite suitable for him. And after that, he starts for unfolding more of the sealed book, and he starts reading more of jutsu from there. And second thing that he learned was flying thunder god jutsu. Of course, he had not practiced it, but he did memorize this entire jutsu in his mind. And after that, he also find inner gates, and he also find Rasengan and others, wind style, water style ninjutsu. He also find impure reincarnation jutsu and first Hokage wood jutsu. Of course, that last part was not useful for him since he could not use wood style, obviously, but it all of other jutsu were still important, or rather that could make him stronger. So he remembered all of them, and after that he found Mizuki arriving closer to him, and as soon as Mizuki arrives, he starts babbling about Naruto's origin and why he was called Demon Fox. Although Naruto got quite angry about this fact, he did not lose his mind, and he find another person coming toward him, and when he this person found Naruto, he immediately ignored, or rather he did not even see Mizuki. Instead, he just kept shouting at Naruto why he stole the sealed book. And after that, Naruto explained that Mizuki made him steal this book, and saying that it holds his origin and his about his parents. So he stole it because of Mizuki, and he blamed everything to Mizuki, but Mizuki obviously was not going to take this insult, or rather blame. He simply starts attacking Naruto, but Naruto was a lot stronger. With four different seals, he forms a powerful fireball to and shoots it toward Mizuki. Although Mizuki was Chunin himself, he was quite arrogant. He immediately gets attacked, or rather injured by the fireball, but he did not die immediately. And Iruka, who also understood the truth, starts attacking Mizuki, and both of them defeat Mizuki without getting injured at all. Finally, Iruka takes Naruto to the Hokage's office, and they discuss about Naruto's punishment. And because Naruto did it for his parents, Hiruzen did not pursue it anymore, and he says that his parents were ordinary people. There is no need to think too much about him. As for the demon fox, he is not a demon fox. Instead, the demon fox is sealed inside of him, which is keeping the Konoha safe. So he should not feel the burden right now, and instead he should get ready for tomorrow, because from tomorrow he would become a ninja and follow his sensei into doing different kind of mission, which made Naruto quite excited, and he forgot about everything else and went home with each face. Of course, that was just a camouflage, because his main plan was to go home and start training like crazy training with his newly learned ninjutsu. And he did start training, but he quickly got tired as well, because since he had to go through all that trouble, and he's decided to sleep directly and wake up next morning. He went to academy. He was selected into a separate team, which is team 7, and there were Sakura and Sasuke in his team. He knew both of them, so there was not much to discuss. He did not like Sakura since she excluded him all the time, and her attitude toward Naruto was not something Naruto could bear, so he simply hated her. As for Sasuke, obviously he did not like her as well, but his reason was different. He did not like weak people, and that was the simple reason why he hated Sakura. Not hated, but did not like to talk with Sakura. Of course, Sakura was still in love with Sasuke, and just because Sasuke was not going to talk to her does not stop her from talking to Sasuke. Of course, she ignored Naruto for the most of the time until their Jonin finally arrives and they starts introducing themselves. Naruto's introduction was simple as training, talking with his friends, and having barbecue meal with his friends. And as for dislike, he did not like those who look down on him and did not like him. As for his goals, it is simply to become the strongest in this world, and that goal did make everyone look at him in surprise except Sasuke, who already knew his goal. Sakura simply scoffed at his goal while Kakashi looked at him with surprise. As for other, their introduction did not go any different than in the original. So they started doing the bell test the next day, and this bell test was a lot different. Okay, so here Naruto was going to face Kakashi with 20% of his strength. He starts with fireball jutsu, which Kakashi quickly dodges with substitution, and then Naruto quickly amplifies his fireball with great breakthrough, which instantly turns a 5-meter wide fireball into 10-meter wide fireball before even it disperses on the ground. And this causes Kakashi to use his substitution jutsu again, but he was quite late for substitution jutsu and he got quite a lot of burn because of that fireball, although it was not enough to hold him down in this battle. He did get serious with Naruto and he revealed his Sharingan as Naruto starts using Shadow Clone Jutsu, and with his massive chakra reserve he once again uses Fire Dragon Jutsu, and this time 5 different fire dragons shoots at Kakashi at the same time, and Kakashi had no choice but to use Mud Wall to block those jutsus, and he did it without even flinching. It was easy for him, but it was not enough. Since Naruto could also use Taijutsu at the level of Might Guy, he easily found came behind Kakashi and punched him from the back. Kakashi simply dodged it, but he realized that the power behind Naruto's strike was as much as Might Guy, which caused him to keep some distance from Naruto. And since he was not going to use Raikiri, he had no choice but to keep his distance from Naruto as much as possible. But this was a losing strategy for him because Naruto had a almost unlimited amount of chakra, which even he knew, so he could not battle like this, and this made him realize that he must take out other two before continuing to fight Naruto. So he decided to create a clone that chases Sakura and uses illusion on her, and that clone once again went to Sasuke. He fought Sasuke for quite a while and then he uses earth head heart beheading jutsu and traps Sasuke underground. Finally, Kakashi was going to face Naruto all by himself, and this battle was going to be amazing until it was interrupted. So, who interrupted it? Why it was interrupted? We are not going to discuss it today. Instead, we are going to talk about it tomorrow in the next video. So, stay tuned for the next video and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button if you did watch it till the end. And see you in the next video.